Hi, I'm Cisan McNeil, a writer and filmmaker. Welcome back to my vlog. So, with all the recent protests and violence in Nigeria, I have kept silent this whole time because honestly, I had nothing to say. Uh, a lot of vlogs and blogs, spoke about it, and there's pretty much nothing I could have said that hasn't been said. So, I didn't know what more I could possibly add. But I think now I finally do because I have some kind of clarity. So the whole point of the protest, for those that don't know, is because a lot of the people here in Nigeria are sick to death of all the injustice from the government, police brutality, and the poverty, the current state of the economy. And so for the first time, Nigerians actually were fighting back. So this month marks exactly 1 year since I've been in Nigeria, one whole year. And finally, I think I've decided I need to leave. And here's why. It's not necessarily because of all the recent violence or the fact that the country always stays the same, but here's the particular reasons I need to leave. One, the lethargy. Nigeria is exhausting, for lack of a better word. That's just it. Nigeria is exhausting. The amount of brain energy you spend here functioning on a daily basis is enough to lead 10 different lives. Like, sometimes I believe the country is designed to be this way so that people can't fight back and you're powerless against it, because most of the times you actually are, whether it's traffic, the heat, the population, the dirtiness, the noise from generators, oh my god, like mosquitoes, malaria, typhoid, like everything. There's essentially nothing you can do. And so by the end of the day, by the time you get home, you are so exhausted, like you only have energy to maybe eat and watch some mindless television program and then just sleep. Like, you have no energy to do anything else. The second reason is the lack of stimulation. Frankly, there's really nothing to do in Nigeria for the most part, especially if you don't have money or a conventional, regular job. So because of that, if you're not on the streets like hustling or on the daily grind for your bread, most times you're at home. And 9 times out of 10, because there's no electricity and all these other factors, you're either sleeping or just chatting or on your phone or just there playing games, whatever. Point is, you're not achieving any single thing, and that's what leads to lethargy. It's a cycle. So because your lack of productivity leads to you not achieving a single thing, then you become lethargic, and then that leads to laziness, you getting fat, and eventually even your dreams go out the window because there are no opportunities, and so eventually you just become complacent to the things around you. So I've spent, for instance, this last year, I think I've slept more this year that's passed than I've slept my entire adult life. And every single day I have to wind myself up to do even the things that I love. I have to search for energy on a daily basis, and it's very depressing. Like the daily grind, the lack of money, like the lack of income, because Nigeria, the naira is so weak that even if you have thousands in your account, it's nothing, because everything you're spending is in thousands. And unless money is pouring in constantly into your account, you will always be broke. And let's face it, in Nigeria, the people who have money constantly pouring in, especially those that don't have conventional jobs, they're mostly stealing it. And so all this essentially just builds anxiety in you. It weighs on you like the whole world on your shoulder until you're just riddled and crippled with all the fears of the future, the worries, because we don't have any financial aid, we don't have governmental aid or charity programs of any sort, like on a national scale. So essentially you realize that as an adult, if you can't stand on your own 2 feet, no one cares about you. And so because of that, eventually you get so stressed out that you have, tunnel vision, and you start to feel like, what, only crime and illegal activity can, give me the money I need. And so eventually, if you get desperate enough, that's what you do. And the country is just somehow built that way, and it's been extremely difficult. I won't lie. Like, this past year, it's been so hard to write, to create, to just, be creative, because my brain is tired all the time and my brain just wants to sleep all the time, and that's the main reason I need to leave. My fear is that I'll wake up one day and realize that I'm 40, 10 years have passed and I've not achieved a single thing to further my career or life. And I have to, get out. Nigeria, a lot of the times, is like quicksand, and the fast, the harder you fight it, the more you want to get out of it, the faster it sucks you in and just traps you there. And so I really need to get out before it's too late. I primarily write fiction on a normal basis, but since I've been out here, it's been so hard. I've mostly been writing about reality, because how can you write about fiction when the reality around you is so intrusive and demanding? It consumes your mind. So I end up spending most of my time writing about how terrible Nigeria is, or the things that we should change, and as if we all don't know that already. Nigerians know that. When I first came out here, I was filled with all this righteous energy and positivity for change. I was such an advocate of, we can't all leave Nigeria, if we don't stay and fix it, it won't get better. But right now I know better. Ideologies just don't work here, because reality is too bad around you that it will just suffocate the life out of any positivity or all that in you. And if you think, oh come on, that's a very unfair thing to say, let's use the recent protests as an example. So people fought, it got violent, a bunch of people were killed, they burned down places. And what was that achieved? Absolutely nothing. Nigeria is back to normal. Nothing has changed. Like, one by one, the politicians have come out of the woodworks to spin their own lies on the protest. People are still suffering. The economy is still bad. In fact, the police are back and they're empowered, and I've been seeing so many videos of them arresting culprits that burned down buildings. And so what did all the death and what did all the fighting achieve? Nothing. And that is extremely heartbreaking, because at the end of the day, Nigerians aren't truly ready for change. We say we are, but if we actually were, then things won't have gone back to normal. We won't accept it. But anyway, here we are. And it reminds me of all the great leaders of the past that that fought and died for this country. They led revolutions, they led marches and everything. And unfortunately, one by one, they all died, and Nigeria did not change, because at the end of the day, Nigeria isn't ready for change. The day she is, then she'll finally change. And and with all this, what I've learned is that, frankly, she's not worth the headache or dying over. Yes, some people might say, okay, yeah, you have the opportunity to leave. What about those that don't have the opportunity to leave? I get that. But at the same time, it doesn't change anything. If you dedicate your life, fighting for this country and everything, the main problem is that if you die for Nigeria, essentially, not only will she spit on your grave by, remaining exactly the same, your sacrifice and everything would have been for nothing, because no change will happen. So yeah. I know this topic is a bit grim. It's just my state of mind right now, and I can't make light of it because that's just how I feel. I wrote, if you want more details about this, I wrote a blog about it, and there it finally all made sense. Like, Nigeria finally just made sense to me, and so I broke it down in a blog. It's very succinct, very short, but it's very important, especially in this era. So yeah, thank you for being with me, and I'll see you next time in my next vlog. Bye bye.